South Africa absolutely steamrolled Canada in a super one-sided cricket match. They grabbed a massive win thanks to some explosive hitting and deadly bowling. Aiden Markram really led the way with a classy innings, and he got some great backup from Tristan Stubbs' powerful hitting and Ryan Rickelton's rock-solid start at the top. Lungi Ngidi and Marco Jansen absolutely spearheaded their bowling attack, just ripping through Canada's lineup right from the start. Then Keshav Maharaj came in and spun a web in those middle overs, grabbing some really crucial wickets. The Proteas put up a massive total on the scoreboard, and even though Harsh Thakur put up some gritty resistance, Canada just couldn't chase it down. This win really rockets South Africa up the standings, totally cementing their spot as a top-tier team. For Canada, though, this loss really highlights what they need to work on when they face off against elite teams. The whole match played out at a neutral venue under clear skies, and South Africa was just absolutely dominating right from the get-go. So, why does this matter? Well, this result definitely shakes up the international rankings and gives South Africa a huge boost of momentum heading into those big tournaments. For Canada, it's all about gaining some crucial experience. The official scorecards show South Africa winning by a comfortable margin, with all the individual stats just proving how dominant they were across the board. Markram anchored the innings with a fantastic 80 runs, Stubbs absolutely blasted 65, and Rickelton chipped in with 45. On the bowling front, Ngidi grabbed 4 wickets, Jansen took 3, and Maharaj picked up 2. For Canada, Thakur was their top scorer with 35. Timeline-wise, South Africa just zoomed to 50 runs in 8 overs, really built some great partnerships, and then totally put the foot down after the 20-over mark. Canada, on the other hand, lost wickets super early and just never bounced back. As for the standings, South Africa is now sitting comfortably at the top of their group. And this kind of performance definitely shows the Proteas are absolutely ready for those big ICC events. South Africa's big hitters really came out firing right from the start. Openers Ryan Rickelton and Aiden Markram kicked things off with a fantastic 90-run partnership, finding a nice balance between playing safe and attacking. Rickelton took his time, scoring 45 off 55 balls, but he definitely made sure to punish any loose deliveries. Markram, on the other hand, really stepped on the gas, getting to his 50 before eventually holing out. Then Tristan Stubbs absolutely exploded in the middle order, just smashing 65 runs off only 42 balls, and that included 4 massive sixes. His counterattack came right after a bit of a mini collapse, and it was crucial, pushing the total well past the 280-run mark. The lower order guys also chipped in with some quick runs, with Marco Jansen getting a rapid 20 off just 10 balls. This meant their bowlers got a decent break and were well rested for the chase. Canada started off looking pretty good, but then Lungi Ngidi came in and struck twice in the power play, quickly bringing them down to 25 for 3. Ngidi's swing and sheer pace really gave the openers a hard time, and he ended up with brilliant figures of 4 for 32. Marco Jansen backed him up perfectly, grabbing 3 for 28, with his bounce just causing all sorts of trouble and getting those vital edges. After the power play, Keshav Maharaj came on, and his spin wizardry cleaned up the middle order, finishing with 2 for 35. Harsh Thakur put up the longest fight, really trying to anchor the innings with 35 off 60 balls, but unfortunately, he just didn't get enough support from the other end. In the end, Canada's total fell short by a significant 70 runs. Some key moments that stood out? Definitely Stubbs' incredible 6-hitting spree in the 25th over, and Ngidi almost snagging a hat-trick in the 5th. And let's not forget South Africa's amazing fielding performance, which included no less than 3 run-outs. Alright, let's break this down. When you look at their head-to-head record, it's pretty much all South Africa. This win just cements that dominance, really. We've seen this pattern play out before, with the Proteas' superior depth just completely overwhelming Canada. So, with this result, South Africa is now sitting comfortably at the top of Pool A. Canada, on the other hand, is kind of stuck in the middle of the pack. What does this tournament? Well, South Africa's safely into the semifinals. For Canada, it's now a fight to avoid relegation. Okay, let's shine a spotlight on some key players. Aiden Markram, for example, is averaging a phenomenal 55 against Canada, and he's looking like a real World Cup contender now. Tristan Stubbs? He's really making a name for himself as a T20 specialist. Lungi Ngidi's comeback couldn't have been better timing. And Marco Jansen's all-round skills are just proving absolutely vital. Keshav Maharaj is right at the top of those wicket charts. And Ryan Rickelton? He's really cemented his spot as an opener. Now, for Canada, let's talk about Harsh Thakur. His maturity is really hinting at a future star in the making. Looking at team strategies, they really diverged. South Africa found that perfect aggression, while Canada was much more defensive. And what did the captains say after the match? South Africa's leader was full of praise for their execution, while Canada's captain focused on the learning curve, as expected. In the broader context, matches like Italy versus Scotland are really heating things up in the competition. And South Africa's bench strength? It was definitely put to the test, and they passed with flying colors. Alright, let's dive into the scorecard for this match, because it really paints a clear picture of how dominant South Africa was. South Africa posted a strong 292 runs for 6 wickets in their 50 overs. Their batsmen really delivered. Rickelton gave them a solid start with 45 off 55 balls. Markram absolutely shone with a fantastic 80 from 92. Stubbs came in and smashed a quick-fire 65 off just 42 deliveries, and Jansen added a valuable 20 runs in only 10 balls. Now, looking at Kenyatta, they struggled to chase that total, getting bowled out for 222 in 47.3 overs. Thaker was their top scorer, putting up 35 from 60 balls, but unfortunately, most of the other batsmen couldn't really get going, all finishing under 30. The South African bowlers were absolutely on fire. Ngidi was incredible, bagging 4 wickets for just 32 runs. Jansen was right there with him, picking up 3 for 28, and Maharaj chipped in nicely with 2 wickets for 35. Oh, and there were 18 extras too, which always help pad the score. Let's check out some key moments in the game. In the power play, South Africa got off to a flying start, not losing a single wicket and scoring 62. Canada, on the other hand, had a really tough time, losing 3 wickets for just 42 runs in their power play. The middle overs were where South Africa truly took control and sealed their dominance. South Africa kept their economy rate super tight at just 4.4 runs an over, while Canada's was a bit higher at 5.8. And their fielding? Absolutely top-notch, with an impressive 90% catch success rate. Just to be clear, all these stats are directly from the official ICC records, so you know they're solid. So, with the tournament structure, the group stage leads into the knockouts, and this fantastic win means South Africa has officially secured their spot in the next round. For Canada, though, their upcoming matches are going to be absolutely critical if they want any chance of staying in contention. And a couple of big player milestones to highlight. Markram crossed the 2,000 ODI runs mark, and Ngidi celebrated his 100th ODI wicket. Huge achievements for both of them. All this data just goes to show what a clinical and dominating performance it was from South Africa today. Looking ahead, South Africa's win really puts them in a strong position for the finals, and they're riding high on some serious momentum. Meanwhile, Canada's got some rebuilding to do, especially focusing on getting their batting sorted. You know, even these kinds of mismatches are actually good for global cricket, helping the game expand. The Proteas are definitely eyeing a clean sweep in this series. So, what are the big takeaways? Well, depth really wins matches. And those standout performers? They're definitely making a strong case for future selections. These solid results really help build their legacy. The South Africa vs Canada series rolls on, with a rematch just around the corner. All of this has big implications for the rankings too, giving the Proteas coefficient a nice boost. As for Canada, their resilience here is definitely building character. At this elite level of cricket, consistency is key, and South Africa has certainly delivered that here.